Are you ready?
We are live on the mic with our host DJ Deuce and Bamboo Bam.
Bam!
Let's get this show started.
Yo, what's up, man? We're live on the mic. I'm DJ Deuce. I'm here with my co-host Bamboo. What's up, Bam?
What up, bro? What you saying, man?
Man, just surviving, bro. Just surviving. I'm pissed off. I don't know. Here in Canada, we had a long. Did you have a long weekend too? Was that across Canada?
I was working.
Okay, you were still
But
working.
yeah, it was a long weekend though.
Yeah, I'm the spoiled prick. I want a long weekend every weekend.
Every weekend.
Every weekend, man. I want 4 days. I'm getting old, bro. I'm feeling
Shit, I
getting
did,
old, almost as old as you people.
I
You know,
did
almost
12
as old as
hours.
Bam, right?
I did 12 hours on fucking Sunday, 12 hours on Monday. You know, it was a fucking long weekend.
Guys, for people that don't know, I do 12 hours a lot of days during the week. This guy does it once or twice, and we got to fucking hear about it on the podcast. Like this
Fucking
is,
right.
Get
Fucking
the
right.
fuck out of here. Anyways, we
Yeah,
have a special
fucking
guest
right.
today, man. A producer, an artist. You know, let's not make him wait, man. Let's
Yeah,
get him
yeah,
up here,
yeah.
man. Red McFly, what's up, brother?
Hey,
up,
what's
what
going
up, what
on?
up?
What's
What's
going
good?
on? It's 5'10" giant in the building.
Yes, brother. Yes. I love that, man. I love that, man. How are things with you?
You know, everything is great. Can't complain. You know, life is good. Everything is going upward for us right now. You know, so
That's the way to, man. That's always think on the positive. As long as it's going upwards, it's always
Uh-huh.
positive, brother. Bro, I want to get right into it, man. I want this podcast here is about to get people to get to know you just a little bit better. You know what I mean? I find when people get to know you, they become fans of you, right? Then they become fans of your music, and it goes hand in hand. So let's start from the
That's true.
beginning, brother. Where were you born and raised?
that's a tricky story. Like,
Tell
I
us,
moved
bro.
around. My mom's moved around a lot when I was a kid. So like we started in Jersey,
Mhm.
Newark, New Jersey to be exact. And you know, we moved around. I lived in Newark, East Orange, West Orange, Irving, all these parts of Jersey, in that little area. And then we moved out to the PA, the Pennsylvania, when I was like in middle school. And then once we was out here, moved around a lot too. Like I went to almost all the school districts in the area.
God damn.
Okay.
So, but the thing I always tell people about that, I always felt like that helped me because it allowed me to have conversations with different groups of people. Like, you know how you have some people like
Yeah.
they two far apart groups of people and they can't conversate with each other because they from worlds apart.
That's right.
But I always felt like I had a little bit of every type of world. Like I went to school with rich kids. I went to school with the hood kids. I went to school with the black, the Spanish, the white, the Asian. You know what I mean? So like I had a little bit of mixture. I was able to you know, speak to all different types of people from different walks of life.
You're
I always felt
absolutely
like that helped
right
me.
with that, man. That in our school, man, growing up, I felt we had a broad range of different people, right?
yeah.
From like different cultures to like even to the project kids to the actual rich kids, you know, on the same bus, right? So for me, it was always like I guess it was a good way of blending everything in. For me, everything was normal. You know what I mean?
good
And
way
don't
to
get
do
me
it.
wrong. Don't get me wrong, guys. There's a couple
good
people's
way to do
houses
it.
I went to that wasn't normal. The pool inside the house wasn't normal. You know what I mean? Us kids kind of like going to that house. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But,
right.
but you're
I
right,
always
though.
felt like one of the best things you could do for your kids is like send them to a diverse school so they can know what it's like to be around different types of people. Because sometimes people grow up and I went to the school where it was hardly no white kids to a school where I was one of the only black kids in the school. And sometimes those people, they don't really like those people from each group, they don't really know how to mesh with each other, you know, because they
100%.
never, it's not their fault, it's just that they never been around,
There
you
go.
know, each other's type of group. So
Keeping people separate.
all-
Keeping people separate. That's the problem. You know.
Yeah.
Ben,
Yeah.
you being in both, living in Canada and in the U.S., did you think that like that they separate the schools a little more in the U.S.?
Yes.
Like
yes,
district-wise?
District-wise, yes, they did. You know, this district was black, that district was white, this and that. So that, like he said, as he moved around to different districts and different school boards, he got a chance to meet all the people and what's going on. And that's a good thing. You know what I mean? So if they mixed it better, people, the understanding, the United States be further ahead. You know what I mean? With the racial shit and all that bullshit, they'd be further ahead. You know, but yo, brother, growing up, you know, who was some of your musical influences? You know,
growing up,
yeah,
my influences on it went from like I always followed a lot of the producer rappers.
okay,
So it started with like RZA and Dr. Dre.
okay,
And then as I got a little bit older, it went to people like Kanye West, Timberland, you know, all these type of guys that I seen that was able to produce and rap at the same time.
Okay.
So those is like the type of people I always looked up to because I knew I always wanted to produce. I ain't know how to do it at first, but I knew like I'm gonna get the hang of this. I'm gonna get me a computer and I'm gonna learn how to do this one way or the other.
Okay. So a quick side note. Now, as you following these guys, right? Did you find any one of them was lacking on one spectrum? You know, see, he's a better producer than he's a rapper, or he's a better rapper than he's a producer. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
did you see who was leaning more one way than the other? You know what I'm saying?
Well, out of those people, there was other producer rappers that I look up, but those are the ones that probably lean more to producing or rapping. But I feel like those ones that I named, I feel like they had a perfect balance of being a dope producer and an artist.
Okay.
Whether they wrote their lyrics or not, but
True.
the final product, like when you heard the album,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
No, I get that, man. So when you mentioned, you know what I mean? I'm gonna figure this out. How that takes patience, bro. Because anything that's new, I find I'm easily discouraged. Like you give me an instrument, I'm not good on it for like a week. I give up, right? So how when you first got this instrument or the computer and you started making beats, bro? How long did it take you for you to catch the flow of things?
See, I feel like if you want to learn something, you're gonna learn it.
This is true.
Say like you with the podcast, like
this is
you
true.
didn't know how to do this in the beginning,
Not a
but you
fucking
wanted
clue.
to do it, so y'all figured it out, and now look at y'all got this going now.
Yeah.
So it's like if a kid want to learn how to play a game on the Xbox or the PlayStation, like they gonna figure it out. So it's just that would just happen to be what I took a liking to was producing. So some people were like they might be like, oh, I want to produce. But they don't got the real passion for it. Otherwise, they would learn it, if they really felt like they wanted to do this.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I didn't have the passion for it. I was like, this doesn't come easy. I don't really give a shit. Move on to the next thing.
But you follow what you do got a passion for.
What do I have a passion for?
No, I'm saying you did follow what you do have a passion for.
Yes, and it's this. Trust me, man. If I told you the breakdown of what we did episode 1 to where we are now, you'd die of laughter, man. Equipment wise, you know what I mean? The whole structure, you know what I mean? Like we used to talk to Bam. He lived in a couple provinces away. We used to talk to him through a speaker on a mic that sounded totally like shit. Yeah. But every time I was determined to make sure that we have to make this sound better. It's got to look better. You know what I mean? It's got to. As Bam, we used to go through the episodes and I just rip each other apart. You know, you know what I mean?
Sound like shit. This that. Turn up the mic. This,
yeah.
My mic cut off. What the fuck? Blah blah blah.
But that's being passionate, right? Right.
Yeah. But that didn't discourage you from trying to keep moving forward. That's
not
the thing.
At all, bro. Not at all. So now my question to you now, man. You want to make beats. You're writing rhymes. When did you take this game seriously?
I took it serious at a young age because a lot of people always thought I was older than what I was because we were 15, 16 years old, showing up at events.
Wow.
Going to studios, doing little talent shows and all that stuff. And like we were mingling around with people that was in their 20s already. So like I felt like I took it serious from the jump because everything I ever did, I feel like you either go hard or you go home.
Facts, man.
Okay.
We're going for the gold over here.
It's true, man. And you mentioned it earlier, determination. You want this, so you kept going. You didn't quit at a young age neither. You kept moving forward, right?
I came across a lot of people over the years that they was a part of what we were doing in the beginning or in the middle or at some point, and then they didn't make it to the point where we at now. We not even where I'm not even where I want to be, not by a long shot yet.
Gotcha.
And there's people that they give up. Like sometimes life catch up to you. People got to get jobs. People have kids.
Oh yeah.
People just be like, I don't see this going nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All those different things could take a like it'll make you start thinking.
100%, man. There was when me and Bam met back in like 2004, 2005 when I owned my music studio, right? And I remember some artists would be like, if I don't make it in a couple years, I'm done. And I was like, man, really? Like, you know what I mean? You
a couple years. It take think about, even when you listen to any artist tell their story,
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you got them couple people that are like, yeah, I made one song and I blew up. But I mean, the people that's really legendary, like the real
Yeah.
legends of this music, like they've been doing it their whole life and they never gave up and they kept going.
Well,
That's how it always works. It's like whether it's a basketball player, a football player, a rapper, a singer, anybody, it's like you dedicate your life to it because you know, like you preparing yourself for greatness.
Well, if you look at most of the legends that we're talking about here, if they came out with, you know what I mean, with an album with 15, 16 songs on it, they probably recorded 100. That's what they're not understanding. They took the cream of the crop. They went through it. This is my album. They didn't do 16
People
for
don't
16.
see that part.
No, now it's I got a track, I pop it out, and that's it. They move forward, right? They don't understand that the amount of work that was put behind this album. You know what I mean? They took the best 16 tracks to make this album. Why is it a classic? Because he put that much more work into it.
Yeah, like people, they always so surprised that there's all these unreleased songs from Biggie and Tupac.
That's right.
And I'm like, these was great artists. They was dropping 5-6 records a night probably.
It's true.
And they was in the studio almost every day of their life. I mean, you know, from the time they started.
Man, they was in there a long time, man. They in there overnight, 2-3 days in a row, you know, trying to get things done. If they stuck, they won't quit. They keep going until they finish the project, right? You know, I hear you. So, you know, on that note, so what is some of your process of making a beat or a track, bro?
It depends because you got half the time where like I'll produce the record. So I'll be over here and I'll be tapping the beat out on the MPC or FL Studio or whatever I'm using. And I usually will be making beats with artists in mind. Like I'll be like, all right, I want this artist. I can hear this artist on this beat. But sometimes I'll make something. I'm like, nah, I need this joint.
Okay.
I need this. Yeah. And sometimes I'll still send it out just to see. But I'll be like, nah, I'm about to record something. So then now it'll make me even stop sending it out. But the other times, you know, I'll sit there. I might go through 80, 90, 100 beats in one night.
See?
Just going through them. Like, I'll listen to it for like 10 seconds. Nah, that's not it. 10 seconds. Nah, that's not it. And just keep going. And then, you know, I write a record fast. Like, this time, like some of the... Okay, so I had took a break from music. And when I came back, I started with Balaclava. And that record was like the one that like set everything off real crazy for us this year. And that record, I woke up in the morning and wrote that in like 30 minutes.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's why it's just me just rapping all through on the whole track.
Jesus.
Like it ain't got that much, you know, like I ain't put a chorus on it and all that type of stuff. But it was just, you know, it was a record. I just wrote it in like 30 minutes at like 8 o'clock in the morning and recorded. I thought it was just going to just be a, you know, just a track I wanted to get off my chest and add on the project.
That is crazy, man. That is fucking crazy. But I love that. That brings back to the theory. You know, 100 beats. You're going through it. Now this isn't it. Now let's keep it working. You know what I mean? And that's what's greatness. It's not just.
But don't get me wrong. There might be times where I might hear the first or the second beat. And I'm like, oh, we let's go. We ready.
That's fire. Yeah. Now, was there a beat that you ever sold to someone that you kind of wish you didn't sell?
Ooh.
Nah, because you know why? I always felt like I can make another one.
Oh, and me and Bam have a huge thing about being a producer. Let's say you sold a beat, it's fire. All right, and either the guy's trash on it or doesn't use it. We've had debates on this. Should there not be a return policy, return back to owner policy? Like,
oh yeah, well they're starting to have these clauses when people sell beats to like labels and major artists. It's basically, I think they call it like a kill clause or something. It's basically like they paying you to get rid of the beat. Like, let's say if I sell you the beat, you got plans for it, but you ain't doing that with it right now.
That's right.
But at the same time, I could have went and sold that beat to this artist over here and got my bread already.
Exactly.
So they would pay a producer like myself a fee for taking the beat off the shelf. Like, all right, we're gonna give you something at least.
Okay.
We're not using it right now.
Okay.
But I haven't got to that point yet. Now that I know about it, I'm about to start doing it.
Because we were talking about that like maybe, I don't know, 6-7 months ago. We're like, man, imagine having this hot beat. dude doesn't use it, or
It has happened to me.
it's probably happened to every producer. It's crazy, or we'll be a bit of a jerk. It's trash. You know, we're always like the producer should have some sort of clause where it's like, no, this isn't it, buddy. This is not my beat. You are not rapping on this.
The game changed. You know, the producers in the beginning, if they got with an artist, they worked with the artist all the way through until that track was done. They had that input from start to beginning.
Yeah,
you know
I like that
start
type of workflow.
You know, but now it's here's the beat, and they go off and do something. And when it comes back, it's like, ooh, I did not have that vision for that beat when I made it. You know what I mean?
Back in the day when people were selling beats, were you not worried that a producer would have sold you a beat that dude the same beat? You know what I mean? Because back then there was really no.
There was no boundaries.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. You know?
And that was scary, you know what I mean? That's another thing I want to talk to you. You as a producer, like, or even as an artist, how do people prevent from making stealing samples that are not cleared? You know what I mean? Because you hear that a lot too, right? Like a sample's not cleared, beat's kind of hot, all of a sudden they owe so and so X amount of dollars. Like, how do you get around that?
Well, the thing is, it's the artist's job to clear the sample.
I see.
So if I sell you the beat,
yeah,
I'm just selling you what I did.
True.
But like if you want to release it and do all of that,
yeah,
then you have to go and get that sample cleared and take care of that as the business that's releasing that product.
So as the producer, are you giving them the information that this sample was used from this area?
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
definitely do that.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, lately I've been trying to stay away from sampling too much. But that's just a part of who I am. Like that's my sound. Like I like using old samples and speeding them up and adding crazy 808 drums to them and all that type of stuff. Or boom bap drums sometimes.
Nothing wrong with that, bro. Nothing wrong with that.
So, bro, reading your profile, man, on Instagram, it says that you've had artists like Kanye, French, Shyne, Lil Flip, and more rap on some of your beats, man. Tell me some about some of those stories.
Well, the one with the French Montana and the Kanye one, that started. I was in Daddy's House studio, the one that Diddy used to own.
Okay.
French was working on Mac and Cheese 3 album, and me and Ted, my manager, one of my managers, Ted City, he brought me up there. We sitting there. He like, yeah, I'm gonna see what's up with French, trying to use one of the beats for the project. And I remember Big Mike was there, so we was sitting there from 12 o'clock till 5 in the morning. And he recorded like 5 records in 5 hours. I was like, damn, this dude working. He's just knocking them out. Like I was there for some fire records that wound up coming out. But I remember it was like 5:30, and I'm just like, man, I don't know, yo. I'm ready to start closing the laptop up. We'll go.
Yeah. Time to get
So
the
he in
fuck
the
out.
window.
Yeah.
He like, yo, hold on, before you leave, let me get some beats. So at the time, I'm like, shh, I'm gonna just put every beat I got on his laptop. I had an external hard drive. I put like 120 beats on his computer.
Okay.
I probably took up a lot of space on his laptop. So fast forward after that, I guess he started dating Khloe Kardashian. So he hanging out with the Kanye and the Kim family and all of that. And from what I was understood, that you playing the records and Kanye liked the record and then wound up rapping on it. I didn't even know at the time yet that they did a record. Kanye at the time was playing records in the club and telling people you can't bring a cell phone in the club. So
not recording anything, right? Is that what it
yeah,
was?
because I guess he kind of liked to test his music out.
Makes sense.
Before he put an album out. Like he'll go to the club and just play the whole album, but nobody can have no cell phone in that because they don't want nobody to record it.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course, But somebody snuck a camera in there, and they had the screen was all black, but you could hear him rapping on the joint. Damn. And I was like, I was like heavy on his his fan forum page, like it's like a forum. Kanye Live, I think it was called at the time. Like I still am a huge Kanye fan, so I be keeping up with everything he be doing. So I'm listening to John, I'm like, damn, that sound like my beat.
That's so dope.
And I play it back, I'm like, this is my beat. What the hell I'm talking about? You can hear my vocal sample and everything, and I'm like, damn, that is. So we
That's
go,
dope.
I confirm it with French and everything, like, yeah. But then I opened my mouth because they shared it, and I started talking about it, like, yeah, I did that beat and all of that. But I didn't know it was gonna spiral out of control like that. A lot of his fans started going crazy, tagging me and stuff. It was on Reddit threads and all of that. And I think Kanye one of the people would, like, if something like that happened, he wound up not putting the record out.
Oh.
So the record kind of got shelved, but there's a lot of like people that got it up on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
But it didn't officially release.
That's crazy.
But I seen French, and he told me that they still doing something with it.
Okay.
So Kanye, from me being a fan, not me knowing him personally, but I have met him once. He one of them people where he'll bring back an idea from 5 years ago.
Wow.
And come back, revisit it and bring it back to life. Which I do stuff like that too. So, sometimes you might be like, all right, I'm gonna come back to this, and you might be hearing it one day. You're like, damn, this kind of fire. I ain't never put this out. And then you just come back in and bring, you got to revamp it, clean it up more, and repolish it and redo it like that.
Now, is there a part of you? Is there a bit of like, fuck, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have like posted.
Hell yeah, I learned my lesson that day. I was like, yo, for now, when it be stuff like that, I don't say nothing. I keep my mouth shut.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have shared that shit too. I would have done that. I think at first, man, it's so dope. You know what I mean?
I was just it just threw me off so much. I'm like, dang, Kanye rapping on a beat that I did.
Ooh, just couldn't hold yourself, huh?
That's like the biggest.
No one would, bro.
Inspiration I had my whole life, So
no one would hold that in, man. Oh. I straight up, I'd be like,
now I would now.
Now, yeah, no, I feel you, but it's just it's the excitement of like, shit, this is happening. That's my beat. I 100% would have did it, 100.
Yeah.
And then you live and learn.
Now, when I do records with artists, like I keep it under wraps. I won't really talk about it unless I hear them talk about it.
Fair enough.
If I don't hear them say nothing about it, I'm not gonna say nothing just yet.
There you go. All you want is your money. Give me my money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then we can talk about it after the fact.
Yeah. And then like the Shyne and the Lil Flip records, those I actually worked with them on those. Nice. And Tony Sunshine. I did stuff with there's a bunch of people, a lot of Philly rappers, like P.D. Crack and all of them.
Okay.
I got a couple songs with Lil Flip on my Take Flight 2 project.
That's dope, man.
Max B, he did a couple joints for me. When he get out, we're gonna be working together too.
Nice.
And then Chinks, R.I.P. I was my bro right there, Chinks Drugs, yeah. We worked together personally in the studio on that record. So that's how I like to work. Like I like to actually
be a part, right? Be there.
Yeah. I like to be a part of the record. I don't like I send you something, you send it back. I be feeling like that's too Hollywood. Like let's get down together and put these ideas together.
There you go. That's that feel that you got in the studio comes out on the record. You know what I mean? That night we was feeling this vibe. Can't you feel it when that beat drop? Can't you feel it when them spitting them rhymes? You know what I mean? You feel it.
That's how
like that NWA fuck the police. You can tell they was all in the studio. Upset
feeling
about something.
Yeah.
Upset about
and they're
something.
feeling it. They're feeling each other. No, I get that.
Yeah. So what's the best process? No, I'm sorry. What's the best way to promote yourself as an artist and a producer these days?
I mean, I feel like it's one of them things where there's no right or wrong way to do it. But I always feel like being out in the world, being outside is one of the best things. Like this time, like some of my best connections that I got in music happened from me being outside somewhere. sitting around. Don't get me wrong, like you could be inside and be online and network. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's different ways you could do it. But me, the method that I found work for myself is being out, going, networking, showing up at this place, showing up here, introducing myself.
It's the best thing.
Dapping each
Absolutely.
other up.
Yep.
Tell each other, yo, check look at my Instagram, look at yours, follow each other. It always worked good like that. And a lot of the times when I work with people, I had to see them 3 times. I always tell people it's like a rule, like you gotta see somebody like 3 times. The first time they're not gonna remember you. The second time they'll be like, oh yeah, I kind of I remember. The third time they like, oh yeah, most definitely. It take like 3 good times to run across somebody to really like, go in their mind.
It's funny because your tool is meeting people. Me and Bam always mention that. We call that hand-to-hand combat, man. You got to be out there. You got to be out there. The Instagram thing keeps you in contact easier than it was back in the day. But that face-to-face, one-on-one is where you're developing friendships in some sort of relationship with someone else, either a promoter, another artist, a fan, whatever the case may be. But I found that some of the young kids today are just like, here, man, here's a link to my music, and I'm like, but there's no attachment there. I got nothing with you.
Nothing with you.
Your shit could be great. I don't even care because you give me. There's nothing there, and there's a lack of that going out. You're right. 100% way to promote yourself is to be out there. I couldn't agree with you more, man.
Tell you, you meet him, you make that impression. That dude can't rap, but he was funny as a motherfucker. He still remembers me. You know what I'm saying? As long as you make that impression.
But the thing is, you give a shit about somebody after. You know what I mean? Because even interviews like this. You know what I mean? Have you ever watched an interview where after the interview is done, you became less of a fan? Like you were like, oh my god, I didn't know Buddy was so dumb, or you're fuck, man, I can't believe this dude. Like I liked his music, but fuck, I'm not now. I've lost, and these are the things. Like interviews will gain more fans or have that connection with somebody, you know what I mean? Or the hand-to-hand combat, meeting people. That's the way we've always looked at promoting. Me and Bam, when we're together, man, our promoting skills go through the roof after that. It's all about the podcast. It's all about being up there. I'm not the old. I don't like the old, like the new technology. I'll send you a link and we're friends and fuck, it drives me nuts. You know what I mean? There's nothing there. Nothing.
I like to have a conversation with somebody. Like honestly, people be texting me. Sometimes I just call them because I'm like. Sometimes people take what you say in the text message the wrong way. You ever say something to somebody and you could say something like "yo," and they might be like, "Damn, who you saying yo to like that?" You could just be like, "Yo, what's up?" People could take anything out of context when it comes to text.
It's so true, man. It's so true.
Impersonal, man.
Brother, I've subscribed to your YouTube page, man. You have a video. It's called Leave Me Alone. It's blowing up. It's well over 100,000 Ks now, maybe 120, 130,000 in a few months. Tell me more about that song, man.
Damn, that record, I ain't gonna lie, that's the record. We still pushing that record. It's like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
That's what I tell everybody. Like, yo, that using that Michael Jackson sample was smart.
It's catchy, bro. It's catchy. I'm telling you, right off the bat,
Michael Jackson, he was working. It's like when you hear a song from him, that shit hypnotize you. You know what I mean? It gets you sucked in. Like you could just listen to that. Like I could have not even rapped on that beat. It could just been the beat by itself.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. And it's just looping around, and people gonna like to listen to it. So as long as I don't put no bullshit on there. People gonna be like, damn, this I like this record.
Now, what made you take that sample? Like, what was the process of that one?
That honestly, that was just me on YouTube looking for beats. These artists, JH and Dre. I hope I ain't say their names wrong. They did the beat, and I contacted them, and I bought the beat, and I'm like, yo, I need that.
Okay.
That's how simple it was. Another one. I woke up in the morning, like 8 o'clock in the morning. I think I do my best writing in the morning.
I don't function at 8 o'clock in the morning. Tell me what's the secret.
Yo, I'm up every day at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, maybe 7:30.
Dude, I'm a grumpy fuck at 8 a.m. Like, god damn, this guy's writing hits. This guy's writing hits, bro.
I like to be up when the birds is chirping because I feel like you know, when the sun is out and all of that, you get some of that energy from the sun.
Yep.
You got a fresh mind because you just woke up, you had your rest and everything. I feel like you at the top of your game in the
I
morning.
feel you,
As
bro.
opposed to writing at 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. You might have a couple drinks. Don't get me wrong, I like being in a little zone, have me a drink, and then write. I like that vibe too, but
Mhm.
sometimes I just like to get up, ain't nobody here. I'm just downstairs in my man cave / studio,
Hmm.
and I'm just writing or I'm typing on the phone now.
Yeah, it's so true. I
I
still,
don't get it. I don't get it. You know, me, I can't see the phone. It's like, what the fuck is that, all right? My fingers are hitting all the wrong fucking, you know.
Oh man, I love it because I feel like remember like I was younger, but I was like right at the end of the writing on paper
okay.
era, and I remember we'd be writing, and you try to turn the page ever so slightly. You like, I don't want them to hear it on the microphone.
Oh, it's so
You
true.
can hear the
Yeah,
crumble
yeah,
in the
yeah.
background sometimes. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Now it's
man.
like you just scrolling like this. You like, bam. You know, you could get it all in one shot.
Bam
You
needs
gotta
an
turn no
iPad.
page.
That's why, bro. He needs one of those. He needs one of
Nah,
those big iPads.
nah. I'm from that era where you write it, you rehearse it, you rehearse it, you rehearse it, then you spit it. You know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean? You
Don't get
know,
me wrong. That's an excellent way to do things.
that's the way I like to do that. You know.
Couldn't
So,
agree.
Yeah.
you know, what's the biggest struggle for you as an artist these days, man?
The struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's a good question. Probably convincing people. All right, so when you go online, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody shows you the best side of their life.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really know what a person's real life is like cuz
True.
everybody's only showing you the best parts.
Right.
When they go on vacation, when they buy a new car, when they get the house, when they out at the club, nobody show you like the struggle
Hmm.
of really doing things, you know what I mean?
Mm.
And I try to keep things as honest as possible when I do my music. And I feel like so many people just be out here just faking everything. And
That's
I'm
true.
like, I'm trying to keep up with that by trying not to just, be put because music is always going to be a bit fictional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything can't be 100% factual all the time.
No.
You
Get locked up.
gotta make things sound better. It's like when you're a writer. You know how to make a story sound better than what it was. We could both tell the same story, but if you're a better writer, you're gonna make it sound way
A
better
better
than I did.
storyteller. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you lying,
Yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
nowadays it's like everybody's just lying,
Ah.
making it seem like
Ah.
a thousandaire wants to look like a millionaire. A
Yeah.
millionaire has to look like a billionaire.
Uh-huh. You
You
said it.
know what I
You
mean? It's
said it.
like that's a struggle within itself. Like just trying to stay above water, but like just trying to not be putting on the facade and in the front for everybody, and
Hmm.
but still making it look good at the same time.
Mm.
Because people would like to be fans of winners.
That's
Nobody
true.
want to be a
Yeah.
fan of the losing
Yeah.
team.
Yeah. Yeah. I see what
So
you're
when you
saying.
looking like you winning and you looking like money, people are drawn to that naturally.
So you can't really blame the people that are completely faking it, then, right? Like, even though you know or I know, and we probably look at
I
it
just
a
feel like it
little
got
bit
way
different.
too out of control now. Like
Yeah, because you can get yeah,
how many times we see rappers get caught getting the Airbnb and trying to act like it's their house, or
or the car rental.
they're doing the
Mm-hmm.
Rolls Royce that is getting impounded and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, dang.
But yeah. But
Making
that's,
it to like now you're making people want to do it even more. 'Cause
yeah.
now it's like everybody's playing a catch up game,
But
trying to catch.
in a sense, they're wrong. They shouldn't even be projecting that because now the people who don't realize is following that trend,
Exactly.
trying to do
You're right
that,
about that.
and getting themselves all caught up. So in a sense, these people that you want to be your true fans and follow you, gonna be too busy broke trying to get their car to repo to follow you. You see what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah.
that's why you need fans that's going to grow with you from the beginning. You know, those are the ones who come out and
I agree.
support you.
That's why I I think maybe I was fans of artists that have cult following and stuff like that because I respect that,
Yeah.
like the transparency.
Hmm.
When the artist is real transparent on the, it's like think about all the biggest artists that we know that got the real strong cult following, like people like Kanye West, people like Beyonce, people like Eminem,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Drake. It's like everybody knows everything that's going on in their life at all times. And
That's true.
sometimes it's not always pretty. Sometimes it's an ugly thing going on, you know?
Hmm.
But they don't care because they transparent with their fans. And I feel like people should get back to respecting stuff like that more than everybody always trying to
True. That is
make it
true.
look like you might be here, but you gotta be all the way up here instead of just being here and making it look like this.
Try
You
to
know what I mean? They
look
gotta
human.
be all the way up here.
Yeah, people just need to look more human. Like we all go up and down. We all have the good days and bad days, right? And if people adapt to that, I find I adapt to it. I love hearing when I watch a documentary or like a movie on different types of rock stars or whatever the case may be. I love the first part of the movie, that struggle. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
you know how hard it was, or even watching
Oh,
the
yes.
Wu-Tang Saga. You know what I mean? Getting them all together and bumping heads, and one still has to sell drugs to make it. You know what I mean? I love those stories because we know them as successful hip hop stars.
Yeah. There's
But
a beauty in the struggle.
Exactly. There's a total respect of a human being. You're like, wow, the fight, the struggle to get where they got, and that's
Like
those are the stories I love.
Yeah, like me personally, not that I don't respect them, but I don't appreciate a person's success that started on a higher level than a
Yeah.
person that came from the ground.
No,
So
I
like
get
you
that.
got people that their parents are stars or
Mhm.
parents are athletes, or they already starting off to where they ain't got to do nothing. They could just do nothing and be good for the rest of their life. I don't
A little
really.
leg up, a little leg up.
Well,
Yeah, I
of
can't
course,
really-
especially if
but-
your parents in the music industry, you probably have some
Yeah,
a
but
quick
then
little feature here.
Not that I don't respect them, because I don't want to say it like that.
But
But
then
it's just
still-
that like I really appreciate a person that came from
Hmm.
nothing.
Yeah,
to create
You know what I
something.
mean?
I get what
Sharing
you're saying.
beds with brother, sister, parents on. Not not that it's like that's something to be proud of. But I'm saying like, damn, they really came from that.
you're saying
up
where
here.
there was almost no it was just a dream, but they turned into a reality. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
sitting there thinking, I wish I can do this. They didn't wish, they did it.
Yeah.
I
That's
get
the way
that.
the respect
I get
is.
that, but don't forget about those kids that got the leg up. They gotta measure up to their
They do.
family's
You're right about
legacy. That's a hard struggle in itself.
Yeah, a
too,
lot
right?
of them be,
and
they
if
be
they
stressed
can
out about that.
if they can surpass that, more power to you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
it's
most of
tough.
them don't. You know what I mean? Because they
Do you think they don't,
real.
Bam? Guys,
They
or
don't.
do you think they don't? It's not because they're not talented. It's just because they're not hungry.
They're not. They
Yeah.
don't have that. They don't have that hunger. You know.
You know what I
That's-
mean? Because
There's certain.
if you look at athletes at a certain age, or even like let's say like some rap stars after 2, 3, 4 albums, they make millions. You find that their projects become a little, not as good as the first couple. Is it because they lose
What
that
happened? A
hunger?
lot of artists they get comfortable.
That's exactly
like-
it.
Waking up in a nice
It's-
house.
It's not they got.
They don't want to
comfortable.
go out.
What
all
is
the
it, Bam?
time.
What is it? Tell us.
It's not they got comfortable. Is they forgot what the bottom line is. They still trying to rap about what they came up with. You understand what I'm saying? Let's use Jay-Z for example. Do Jay-Z rap about selling drugs anymore?
No.
Jay-Z
Yeah.
talk about how fucking rich I am. Jay-Z talk about how I'm owning ball teams. Jay-Z talk, you know what I mean? When you listen to Jay, every time he spit, it's that new level spit. He's talking about what he's doing right now. You get what I'm saying? Where-
Okay. Give me another example, Bam, because
Well,
you just,
every
you
other
just
rap-
picked Jay. Like fuck.
No,
They
I'm
get
just-
his own category.
Jesus.
I'm just saying. So think about it.
That was an easy
Any
escape there.
any
Come
any,
on.
oth- any
But he
other
right though
rapper,
about that.
but any other rapper that's up there, you know what I mean? They're taking it to another level. You get what I'm saying? These cats, they get rich, boom, and they plateau out, and that's it. Their careers stop. You see what I'm saying?
Sometimes your
Drake-
interests change too. Like I always tell people, like this hip hop, this is not something that you just want to do for the rest of your life because you can't. So
Mhm.
like the more time as we go along it's becoming more of a younger and a younger person's game.
Right. And Khaled
So,
picked up on that. You see
yeah,
what I'm saying? He started off with old school, and everybody he's fucking with are young cats right now.
yeah,
He got to that plateau, but he figured out how to change the game. Let's get
yeah.
younger and keep pushing what I'm doing. You know what I
And you
mean?
want to take the money from this and put that into something else.
Yeah.
Like, look at what I always look at what 50 Cent did.
Yeah.
He took his music money and he went and invested in that vitamin water. He
Yeah.
went and started doing the TV shows. He tried to do his clothing line, that ain't work, but he kept trying more stuff, you know.
You gotta get that little bit of taste. You gotta like put your little toe in the water and check out what's gonna work, right?
Yeah, you gotta try it. You never know if it's gonna work unless
no.
you try it.
Absolutely, man. And let's be real, 50 has so many spin-offs from Power now. It's fucking crazy. I don't even know what to watch anymore. You know what I mean? So he's killing it though. So, like, I want to know, like, are you an independent artist?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you enjoy or do you like where the business is at today and where it's heading? Meaning with streaming platforms, or did you like it where it was how it was back in the day?
Nah, I love it the way it is now because it's like I can own everything, and can't nobody tell me a damn thing.
True.
So I could come in here, record my music right here. I do my own graphic design work most of the time. I got a team of photographers, videographers, different people that do the things that I can't do. And we put our own money up to put the records out.
Right.
So it's like we don't really need no label. Only thing the label, they get you good looks. They get you the type of looks that you can't get as an independent artist. But
True.
as you grow in popularity, it's like the doors open by themselves. Nobody could close the door on somebody like Russ or those people that built their popularity up so much while being independent. It's like you can't deny them, I'm sometimes on the label it's easier for you.
See, Bam is Mr. Independent. I'm Mr. Sign me to a record label. We argue about this all the time, right? Now you're 100% right about owning your own stuff. Don't get me wrong. But man, this fucking Spotify bullshit, the amount of fractions of a penny that you guys get, and you're pushing it through that.
Yeah, but that's not the only way to make money, though. It's like that's where it goes back to being outside.
Yes.
When you're outside and people could see you, people start wanting you to show up at different places because they like, yo, they be lit when they be out this club or there. So you can make your money off just touring, and then the streaming gonna come naturally.
Yeah. Hopefully, I just found that the streaming platform is. For me, the streaming platform became another source of a different type of source of a record label that no one really sees. You know what I mean? They're like, the record label doesn't give me any money. Neither of these motherfuckers on the streaming platforms, man.
And here's the thing. The streaming platform only pays a certain amount, right? But imagine you splitting that with a label now instead of you getting that yourself.
True.
So they still only paying the same amount. It don't matter who you are. It don't matter if it's this artist or that artist. They paying the same. Maybe certain artists got certain deals worked out,
Yeah,
like
but if you listen to everyone, their first
Apple Music and stuff like that, but
yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. I just find that it's when you get signed to a label, they give you the high production videos and they send you on a nice little tour, and I think
you can do that yourself. There's so many people out there that got red cameras and stuff, and they can shoot you a real video.
But I think today it's
$3,000.
If you sign to a label today, you can actually use the label because now you actually have social media to get this following. So once this label contract is over, or whatever the case may be, you at least have this fucking major following, which hopefully becomes a cult following, and then you can go independent. I would go that route. That's just me. You know what I mean? Use the label and make me who the fuck I should be, and then.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's that's the way how you want.
It was just when I broke down numbers, the streaming numbers, I didn't know they were that bad. I just was like, God damn, like. 1 million streams is like $3,500. Like,
think about this though. You get the 1 million streams, but then you tour.
Yes.
Put your own merch out like this.
Yes, 100%.
We got dropping real soon. Take Flight Society merch. You go in the shows. You selling your T-shirts for $30 or whatever you're doing.
Making all profit, all of it. Yes,
Artists are signing with. The new merch is the new merch is bud now. Like people, artists are signing with these dispensaries and stuff, and they having that at the show legally.
That's crazy.
You got that. You got this. You got your different things that stickers. I mean, anything you can sell. You making your bread doing that.
Yeah, I got that. I like
You,
that.
you might be doing sync licensing. You might be getting lined up, submitting your songs to movies, TV shows. So you got that money.
Bro, you have me excited.
get
I want
all
to be
your
independent now, man. You guys be sold.
That's what I'm saying. You get to keep all of that. Don't get
There's
me
a lot
wrong.
of
Like,
options.
I
You
got
gotta
like
do
a
the
staff
research.
right now that on my team, which I have no problem with us breaking bread because we all putting in our work together.
That's right.
But imagine splitting that with a label and you getting a percentage of that. You ain't even getting half.
Well, if the label took me on tour, the amount of partying I'm planning on doing, I'd have to owe them money after anyway, so it probably wouldn't be a good idea.
Don't get me wrong. If a situation popped up and it made sense, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But it just gotta make sense. That's all.
True.
I definitely want
Yeah.
my publishing.
Yeah, I get that, man, for sure.
I'll tell you, they get jammed up big time. You know.
Yeah.
Where's your favorite place to perform, dog?
My favorite place to perform.
To
I like
date, man.
performing in the area where I'm from.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like these the people. They seen us performing. They seen me performing when it was 2 people in the crowd. And we just did a show. I did a show a couple weeks ago with 7,000 people in the
There
crowd.
we go.
Damn. That's
So it's like I like when people get to see the growth. Like, no matter where I
Right.
go in this business, if I start doing 50,000 seaters or whatever, I'm still always gonna come back. There's always gonna be a promoter in the area where I'm from that could book me and have me come through.
There you go.
I like
Showing that
man.
love. Showing that love.
Bro,
You know?
do you think that radio, like your radio stations or DJs, local DJs, nightclub DJs, should step up and help out independent artists playing their music? Like, do you think, like, because I find like they're just so stuck to the mainstream shit that from where we're from, they're not really helping out the
I feel like
locals.
they don't owe nobody owes you nothing. So the thing is like you got to be hot to get played.
Facts.
So if your music ain't hot, then why should they play your music?
True.
If people gonna walk out the club when they play it,
True.
or if it's on the radio, they're gonna turn the station.
Mhm.
I feel like if your music should speak for itself, they should only play the artists that they like and the artists that people want to hear. Because a lot of artists they get this thing in their mind like, oh y'all need to support me. Y'all need to support. Nah. People support who they want to support.
That's true.
Like when you go to the store, you
Yeah.
buy Sprite because you like Sprite. You ain't
Yeah.
gonna buy Coca-Cola because you want to support them, like, or this brand. You know what I mean? You're gonna buy the stuff that you like. When you go to the clothing store, and somebody pick up this shirt from this specific company or whatever, you buy this pair of Subi jeans or whatever. It's like you buying it because you like it, not
Yeah.
because
You're not
you know
supporting.
them. You know what I mean?
Bam, were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say, all right, fuck it, I'm going in. All these cornball rapping motherfuckers who ain't hot, music ain't speaking for themselves, is fucking popular and being played in the club by these DJs. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now tell me, is the fans being herded like sheep when it comes to that music? Because like you said, if your shit's hot, the DJ supposed to play it, but then it's at a point where it's like, you know, somebody pay a DJ and they pushing this garbage song to the point where it's hot. You see what I'm saying?
That does happen, and there is a thing of force feeding people music, and that's where it comes with the labels. They paying the bread. They putting $40,000 into a record. You ever hear a record and like the first time you hear it, you like,
It's
that's
garbage.
trash.
Oh,
But then you keep hearing it.
oh
And
yeah.
then there's a time where you go out and you
You're
meet a girl
singing
or
it.
something and y'all drinking and you feeling good and you like, damn, I kind of like this song now.
Yeah.
That's part of them force feeding the record onto you, and then because you just keep hearing it, they like one of these times you're gonna hear this record and you're gonna be in a good mood, you're gonna like it. You keep hearing it. You know the chicks like it, you know, your kids like it, and these people and
Oh,
that you
yeah.
see it in the movie, on the commercial. Now you like the song now.
But this is where the DJ should be getting their standards and be like, I'm not playing that shit. It's fucking garbage. You see what I'm saying?
But the DJs they get put in a position because they got to play what the people want to hear.
And there you go. They playing what the people want to hear because they force feeding them. You see what I'm saying? So force feed them the real deal.
It's a tricky situation.
But it is tricky, man, because as a DJ,
Real
if
tricky.
you're not giving the crowd what they want and the crowd decides to disappear and the club is
That
empty,
DJ not
they're-
getting booked next Friday.
Yeah, we're replaced. We're replaced.
I totally understand that. You know what I mean? And that, like I said, you got a lot of outside forces. But in reality, the radio DJ, the club DJ, y'all all are DJs. If y'all all stood together and had
But the
this-
radio DJ again is
You
a
know?
fucking, it's a paycheck again, right?
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
I know.
but you know, you do have program directors that will give artists chance. Like where I'm from,
Mm-hmm.
in the Pennsylvania, Lehigh Valley, they never was really playing no local artists. They gave me a shot.
Nice.
And they liked my record, and then they started playing my record on the radio out here, the FM station.
Nice.
But it came from me networking, and
Mm-hmm.
I met the DJs, the owner, the program director. Like I came, showed up at events and stuff. They seen the music. They're like, yeah, I heard your name, and that had to been done for that to happen.
Yeah, you had to put in that
Because
work.
sometimes you just have to somebody has to see you and like, oh, okay, I got to put the face with the name.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they'll really listen to the music. Then be like, damn, this is nice. I'm going to play this.
I just wish they stopped forcing.
The artist got to work harder. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, and it's hard to be going up against that big money. You know what I mean? Being paid this money, they force feeding these tracks down your throat, man. That's terrible. You know
I
what
agree.
mean? You
But it
know?
still come down to like the artist. Y'all talking that big money on them records, saying y'all got this, that, and that. Dump that money into your record if you really believe in yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. It's true.
They talking all this. I got the Phantom and all of that.
Mm.
We want let's see it. Let's see it come to life.
Yeah.
Right,
Put that into your record so that people can hear it.
Yeah, true.
Then the money you make from that, you could really go buy your Phantom instead of renting it.
True.
If you do things properly, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, it's a proper order to do.
Yeah,
things, but a lot of people try to take the shortcut, and everybody wants to take the shortcut out of everything instead of doing the real.
When did this shortcut
Groundwork.
start? When did this
don't know.
like?
The internet started it.
It
I
is.
think.
Hey, it is the internet, right?
It's like when people start seeing, no disrespect to somebody like Soulja Boy, but they see somebody like Soulja Boy,
Justin Bieber, same fucking thing. on
you know,
YouTube.
internet tactics. Now everybody think they could do it now
True.
instead of like working hard. Now I respect him because he was the first person to do some of them things that he did, and it worked. But it ain't gonna work for the 20,000 rappers after him that's trying to do the same thing. Y'all gotta find something new and do that.
Oh, he's so true, man.
We can't all be taking. It's like we walking in this hallway. We all trying to fit through that same door right there.
Yeah, exactly.
there's,
Yeah.
there's 20 doors. Just they're going to the same place, but we all trying to squeeze through one single door.
Yeah, you're absolutely right,
Like,
man.
what are we
It's-
doing?
I don't know what's wrong with you.
They got problems. They got
Brother,
problems.
did COVID push back any shows or projects for you?
Yeah. Well, all right. Here's the thing. I had stopped rapping for a few years. I was just producing.
Okay.
I just came back rapping again when I dropped Balaclava, and that's when I was always like this, but when I dropped that, it brought me like more up here.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything started getting good. My page got verified on Instagram, all that stuff, and started getting more views, and I started learning more things and different tactics.
Mm-hmm.
But like with COVID, it really let me sit back, and I started thinking about different ways. Like, damn, I could do a YouTube series and try to get some money on YouTube. And you start thinking about more of the things you could do that you
Outside the
have like
box.
in your house.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It got me a little more creative.
Mm-hmm.
And then like that kind of might have been what pushed me to come back and start doing music again. Cause I was just producing, I was sending records out to rappers. Sometimes they was disappointing me. I'm like, man, I'd have killed this beat. So maybe that might have been what drove me to start rapping again. I took a little hiatus for like 4 years, 5 years.
Man.
Like I'll drop a
time.
record once in a while, you know, one record here, one record there, shoot it. Because I always, you know, I just like being creative, and I like doing the things that like I could create something and people like it, and you know, that's always been in me. But I just wasn't feeling like an artist.
Yeah.
And then like once I hit like my 30s, I started thinking like, damn, man, I'm seeing these rappers coming out and they 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
Then I honestly, one of my inspirations was like Benny the Butcher, Conway, West Side Gun. Cause I'm like, damn, these dudes older than me and they came killing it.
They came through Buffalo.
So I'm like, I could do this again. So then that's when I kind of took my run. Shout out to Ted. He even took me and introduced me to Benny. I did some records. He told me he picked out like 3 beats that he recorded on, and you know, we got some stuff working. But that was like one of my big inspirations to come back and do music.
That's cool, man.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You know. So, brother, what's next for you?
Right now, we gearing up to drop this album. Life is Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I had recorded a whole album last winter, and that's what Balaclava was supposed to have been on, but now it got shifted to this album. I did Take Flight 3 because I had Take Flight 1, Take Flight 2, and then now I got it's supposed to have been Take Flight 3, and that was like my little trilogy I was going to complete.
Nice.
But then I started doing different type of records, and I'm like, damn. I start rapping a little bit, not really changing, but I just, you know, I start getting more into a pocket on records that started working for me better than before.
Okay.
So I did a whole new project. I just kept recording song after song after song after song. So I was like, damn, I'm about to do this project. Life is Crazy. I still want to drop Take Flight 3, but that might, you know, I might drop that like end of the year, beginning next year. But this Life is Crazy. We about to drop this real soon. Like it's done. Both albums are done.
Any shows lined up?
Yeah, I got a show in a couple days. I got a bunch of shows lined up, but I got something in a couple days out in Jersey. I got something I'm doing for the community out here next week. Then we got another show out. We've been doing a lot of Jersey, PA, New York. That's like our region we've been really tapping into a lot.
Yeah.
Jersey, PA, New York, Connecticut. You know, just being out.
Love it, man.
Record, making sure the DJ's playing my record. Going to certain clubs. If I know a DJ played my record on the radio, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go see him at the club. Pop up on him.
See, yeah. People, I'm telling you, this is the method. This is what works. You're right. To be out there, man. You're out there supporting him. He's there playing your track, supporting you. You know what I mean?
And then I tag him. Then I use the social media. I take a picture, tag him, blah blah blah. Now we cross promoting.
Absolutely, man. That's the way to do it. And that's we've always brought that up. Hand-to-hand combat, man. Be out there, man. You know what I mean? You're the soldier of your own product. You know what I mean? You got to be out there and fight for you. So that's what people need to do.
Got to be on the front line.
Absolutely, man. Brother, man, I do appreciate taking your time and being out with us today on Live on the Mic, man, and shooting the shit with us.
Yes.
Oh, anytime.
Bro, man, we'll definitely, you got anything new coming up, man, let us know. We're going to come back on. We'll shoot the shit about some music. We have other debates. We'd love to have you on, bro.
Well, I love debating.
That's what we love to do here,
He said
brother.
he loved debating. Uh-oh, you don't know what you're getting into there, dog.
You might need to wear the referee shirt because me and Bam are, for some reason, as good as friends as we are, we don't agree on nothing.
That's the best type of friends.
We don't agree on nothing, bro.
Nothing.
But, bro, man, you got us. We're fans, bro.
For
You're a
real.
part of our family now. We'll share everything you hook us up with, man. But definitely, you're coming back on a debate with us, my brother, man.
I'll be there.
All right, man. Peace, guys.
Wow.
All right.